Hello again and welcome to my trip from Malta to Tirreni. I have arrived at kilometer 1348 and the time is 8 p.m. or 5. It's quite hot, 35 degrees outside, it's in the shade and the sun is nearly down, as you can maybe see there. And I am on the road to Milano and I arrived in Parma, next to Parma, because this is the autostrada. The sun is not in the ideal place at the moment. It's right straight into your face, and that's why I was wearing the sunglasses. That's a very important piece of advice because it will be very tiring at that time. This is August, obviously it depends the time or day you are going to be passing from this road, because the sun changes every day. The position, well, you know what I mean. And sunglasses are very important. Basically it wasn't the sun that was tiring because I have the sun visor, but it's the one thing. What was happening was the sun was hitting the dashboard, and this time it's clean. So it was shining back, and basically was coming straight into my face. Even that amount of light makes you tired. So that's an important piece of advice. In one of my previous videos, I believe 2 videos ago, I promised, sorry, I'm like this, there was a car and the sun is in my face. In one of my previous videos I mentioned that I will be talking about the shortest time I did the trip from Malta to central Switzerland. I'm going to change place because the sun is too much on my face. Now that's better. Basically I was going to say how long it took me to do a trip from Malta to Switzerland once. So imagine I left Monday morning from Malta, arrived in Sicily, Pozzallo at 8 a.m. and I arrived 11:30 p.m. on the next day in central Switzerland. Basically I made this trip, it was July at the end of it, so it was very hot also, and basically I just dropped a point in central Switzerland and it happened to be Sedrun. It's a very nice place and I visited there, and then I made a trip around the Alps from there. However, oh man, that was so tiring and exhausting. I never done something like that again. Basically I did it in 1.5 days, kind of, approximately. It was very tiring. The first day I did about 800 kilometers. I stopped in Salerno, in a hotel I mentioned before, not Salerno, but close to Salerno, in Cava de Tirreni, and I slept in a hotel called Villa Rifugio. That was okay. I arrived late, at about 11, I believe, p.m. But the next day I did 1,000 kilometers in a day, and since it was very hot and I was very tired, left very early in the morning to make it. So during that time I also slept in a hotel, as I said, but then it was so painful that at the end of it, actually right where I am now approximately, with the sun straight in my face, I started crying. I was so stressed. I will never do that again. I will stop where there is the need. In fact, the wrong thing I did at that time is I booked the hotel from when I was leaving home, and I don't think it's the right thing, especially when considering my character, because it's good to have a goal because it keeps you more motivated, but that was too much. So these days I book 2 hours before, or I arrive at the hotel and book. Most of the times I found places. In further videos during this trip, I will also be talking if it's best to do like I'm doing now, driving it, or if it's best to take a ferry from Sicily to north of Italy, to Genova, from Palermo to Genova. It's about 1,000-kilometer ferry. We will talk what's best. It's quite interesting actually. Doesn't mean that I'm taking because I'm doing this trip as I am this time it is the best, but we'll talk and then see your options. I'll talk to you later.